The more depressing thing for me, and what was actually a surprise to me, is when we went to all these different cities and we went out on the street and we did man on the street interviews, just talking to regular people about these issues and asking them if they can define the word woman and all this. And I really thought going into it that we would be able to predict before we talk to somebody what kind of answer they're going to get. And I thought that we would talk to a lot of confused, younger, Gen Z types, and we get the typical stuff from them. But then if we pulled aside some older guy, with his wife and they're walking down, and we start talking to them, I thought we would get just plain common sense. And we didn't. We found that the vast majority of people we talked to, no matter their demographics, they were basically saying the same kinds of things that we heard from the college professors, only they didn't know that that's where they got it from. So they didn't even know. It was clear to me that they didn't know exactly what they were saying or why they were saying it, but they had a party line that they were repeating.
You probably made a postmodern mistake in your assumptions. Your mistake, I would say, in that initial assumption was that common sense was semantic, that it was coded in explanation, that people know what a woman is because they can say what a woman is and they can define it, and that's how they derive their knowledge. And I don't think that's the case at all. And I actually think it isn't the case because you said that knowing what a woman is so obvious that you don't need to be able to articulate it. And most of the fundamental bedrock assumptions of our culture are actually beyond verbalization. They're the nonverbal axioms of the set of semantic knowledge. And so then when you go talk to someone who's a normal, ordinary person, and you ask them something preposterous, like defend marriage, they have no idea what to say because they're not married because they had a lengthy philosophical justification for being married. They're married because we decided as a species 7 million years ago that we were going to become heterosexually monogamous in the main. And that's our nature and our customs. And that isn't coded primarily semantically. And so what happens when you put people on the spot is that you reveal not exactly their confusion, but the lack of their ability as philosophers. People don't get married because they know why marriage is a good thing in the way that someone like John Locke or John Stuart Mill or some great philosopher might be able to elaborate. They get married for the same reason they put up a Christmas tree. As you can ask someone, why do you put up a Christmas tree? They have no bloody idea why they put up a Christmas tree, like what the meaning is. They do it because everybody does it. It's part of the shared set of nonverbal assumptions in the culture. And so you tapped into a semantic confusion, right? And that's certainly preyed upon by the intellectual types who should know better. So anyways.